This is the Valley Today.
A Moorhead murder suspect expected in a North Dakota court this week after being arrested in Richland County. 25-year-old James Cully Jr. was arrested Friday in Wahpeton after the death of a woman in South Moorhead. Family members discovered that victim's body Thursday night. It was after checking on the woman at her home in the 3800 block of 32nd Street South.
The woman is believed to be Cully's mother. Now police say she has traumatic injuries on her body and that there were no signs of forced entry into the home. The cause of death being determined by the Ramsey County Medical Examiner's Office. That suspect is being held in the Wahpeton jail and awaiting formal charges and an extradition back to Minnesota.
6:01, time now for a look at our storm team forecast. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Starting off our day today on a quieter note compared to what we will be seeing later tonight. We've got some snow showers that'll be moving in, and even this morning there are some places maybe seeing a few of these flakes making their way to the surface. It's been filling in more and more, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had some flurries showing up here in southeastern North Dakota, where you see that light blue moving from west to east. That's part of a cluster of snow showers that are affecting more places into South Dakota, but they are kind of just skirting right along the state line as they make their way eastward. Lots of cloud cover, of course, associated with that too. Fewer clouds to the north this morning. It's more to the west and northwest here of that area where we're expecting to see this area of snow making its way in for later tonight. And until then, it's going to be one of those days where we're watching temperatures slide. We've got winds out of the west, northwest in Fargo, northwesterly winds in Grand Forks, and that's that cooling direction that tends to make those temperatures slide even during the daytime hours with these kind of winds or wind gusts that we'll be experiencing, and speeds too. We're dealing with wind speeds right now in the teens, but we've seen some gusts as high as 30 miles per hour this morning. And the temperatures, they're not bad at the moment. 20 degrees in Fargo, 19 in Grand Forks, but they're going to be dropping as the day goes on. Here's a look at that in your forecast. Just a gradual downward turn in our temperatures as we go through the day. So around 4 o'clock, when we often see our warmest daytime temperature, we'll be down into the single digits at that point compared to those low 20s that we happen to be at right now. So a big change. With that, a lot of cloud cover. There will be some breaks in those clouds with some sunshine shining through, but overall a more mostly cloudy day. And the wind does ease up as the day goes on. Now tonight, that's when the snow moves in, and that's going to bring about even colder air here this week. Here's your 10-day temperature trend. Your average high, 28 degrees this time of year. And we're going to see those numbers slide as that snow moves through and departs and colder air takes over. We recover into the rest of the week, but we'll be talking about what's happening over the next 24, maybe 36 hours here coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Wow. All right.
We'll get ready for it.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, thank you. 6:03 right now. A Fargo man is in jail for DUI, driving after revocation, and carrying a concealed weapon after a chase on I-29. The troopers tried pulling over a motorcycle driver yesterday afternoon for going 70 in a 55 zone in Fargo, but they say he took off at speeds hitting 120 miles an hour at one point.
The Highway Patrol terminated the pursuit when the driver turned into Harwood, but then they found that the driver had crashed in that town and was fleeing from the scene. The trooper caught up with him and arrested 29-year-old Chase Dubord. Well, thieves seem to be getting bolder when it comes to car break-ins. Some people say they've even been targeted in the middle of the day. A social media post has been circulating about the attempted break-ins.
Now, experiences range from being targeted at malls and gas stations where strangers try to open your car doors, even while you're inside it sometimes. One woman says she was at a Casey's gas station when a man tried to get into her car.
Most women carry their purses right on the passenger seat, you know, for easy access to your wallet, your phone. So it's important to make sure that your doors are locked, because that's an easy grab right there if your door wasn't locked.
And the woman says it's a reminder not to leave your car unlocked or running while you are away from it. A main track is now back open after a train derailment in northwestern North Dakota. It happened early Saturday morning near Epping in Williams County. It's about 100 miles west of Minot.
Rail crews are still working to reopen the other main line in that area. Now there are no reports of any injuries or what caused that derailment. A Mapleton woman is in the middle of a long battle with brain cancer.
As Valley News Team's Aaron Walling reports, the young mother is getting huge support from her community.
Uneasy diagnosis to take.
Ashley Hoppy is a 39-year-old mom, wife, and beloved member of the Mapleton community, and she is facing 4 brain tumors.
It was just going in for a follow-up to see how things were going, and learned that that had grown back.
It has been a battle after a battle for Hoppy, who has developed cancerous tumors over the years. Throughout it all, she's remained strong and determined.
She's a fighter, keeps a positive attitude towards everything, just keeps pushing forward for the kids.
The Mapleton community has shown up in a big way for the Hoppies by raising over $30,000 in donations. A gesture the family says means a lot to them.
It's a family atmosphere, and like I said, this smaller community, everybody kind of comes together and pulls together. It's very humbling.
Ashley's motivation to keep fighting is through her 3 kids and her husband, John.
They're the reason why I push. They're the reason why I stay as strong as I can, because they're my everything. And without them, I wouldn't be the person I am.
In Mapleton, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
Ashley will be heading to the Mayo Clinic in February for more treatment. We are taking a live look this Monday morning at Affinity Plus Credit Union in downtown Moorhead. It's one of the dozens of branches across Minnesota that are collecting spare change this week for people in need.
That's right. Coins for a Cause runs during regular business hours today through Friday. Money donated goes to support Second Harvest and local food shelves across Minnesota, with Affinity matching contributions up to $25,000. A North Dakota-based organization now getting some national exposure after San Francisco 49ers offensive lineman Daniel Brunskill wore his Brave the Shave cleats in yesterday's game against the Miami Dolphins. Brunskill chose to help raise money for kids with cancer as part of the NFL's My Cause, My Cleats initiative.
Players can pick a cause that is important to them and then represent it on some custom-designed cleats. Brunskill says his choice was an easy one.
My family's lived in Bismarck. My sisters went to University of Mary. North Dakota's kind of becoming a second home, and so just to be able to be part of that community and then kind of put shine on a community that doesn't get as much attention, that's, I think, a big thing.
Brunskill previously chose Bismarck-based TR for Heart and Soul for the My Cause, My Cleats initiative. The need for volunteer and missionary work in Ukraine is urgent, and for some, it's a personal call to action. The organization Help Charity Help Ukraine held an event in Bismarck yesterday to raise money for the people of Ukraine.
The pastor and 2 members of the congregation at Charity Lutheran Church are heading to Ukraine next weekend. Proceeds from their event will allow them to buy and bring food and supplies.
There's a clear and immediate need there now, and there's the opportunity to provide both provide for needs for the refugees and also give some care and encouragement to their military.
Members of the congregation say it makes them proud to give back to those in need over in Ukraine.
The last undecided Senate race of the midterm elections will be determined in a runoff tomorrow in Georgia. Incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock is facing Republican challenger Herschel Walker.
More than 1.8 million ballots have already been cast in early voting. A victory for Democrats could give them more leverage in deciding the makeup of key committees in this new session. Still ahead this Monday morning, your 2023 travel plans are opening up after more countries ease up on COVID restrictions.
Yeah, and the traveling is going to sound really good when you hear our forecast for today and tomorrow anyway. Lisa Green has a check of it.